Okay, let me see if you can see my screen. Okay, so over here, if you notice, this is the purpose of the examination, and these are the different components, right? Eventually, you will be sitting for your PSLE English paper. Okay, so all these are the different aspects of it. Okay, so as you can see, today we are actually covering grammar, MCQ, vocab MCQ, and synthesis. Okay, like I said, it's impossible to cover all in one single tutorial class. So we will focus on a few. But of course, how it works here is that every tutorial, right, when we rotate amongst all the tutorials, we will swap the components. So we'll make sure that, at the end of your P4 now, right? So at the end of the year, you will be quite ready for your end of year exam. Okay, so you understand how things work now? We will rotate amongst all these different components. So for example, today we're doing synthesis. Maybe next week we'll do comprehension. Then the following week we'll do composition. Okay, understand? Yeah. Okay, so these are the things that we are covering. Basically, all the components we're covering today falls under paper 2. Right, your paper 2 is your main paper, but of course, there will be lessons whereby we'll focus on writing as well. And some lessons will also touch on oral, yeah, your oral C skills. Okay, now let's go back to the lesson proper. So this is the learning objective. Today we'll be touching on synthesis and doing the questions, yeah? Okay, let's move on to some house rules because okay, definitely because we're on this cyberspace, we'll need to abide by some of the rules. Okay, I think it's really, all in all, it's really just to be mindful of respecting each other, right? So I think you all did a good job coming in. You turned on your video and you mute your microphone. That's very good because if you were to unmute and everybody were to speak, and sometimes there are background sounds, right? So it's better for you to mute first. Now, if you have a question to ask, okay, you may type it in the chat and I will have a look at it and then I'll answer accordingly. But if let's say if it's something really urgent, like you have a burning question to ask, then you can click on the raise hand icon and then wait for permission to answer. Okay, so that's answering or asking questions part. And then lastly, I understand sometimes you really need to answer nature's call. You need to go to the toilet. So you just, I think it's something that I cannot stop you from going, right? So you will have to just maybe out of respect, just put a note in the chat and I won't stop you from going. Yeah, okay. But of course, in 1.5 hours, you can't be going to the toilet too often. Understand? Yes? Okay. Okay. So next one, we are going to get started with today's lesson. We'll start with grammar first. I've seen your work, okay? Wenjing and Jiawen. I think Wenjing, okay, you might need to focus a little bit more on grammar, right? Okay, let me just go through some of these questions, yeah? So this is a question on articles. What are your articles? Your articles are your an, and the. Okay, your an, and the are your articles. Basically, articles are determiners. Okay, then your this, that, those, okay, is also an example of your determiner. So who is what guy standing over there? Right? So you know the specific person you're referring to. Now, and an are for general objects. It's just like, for example, I want to see a doctor because I'm having stomach ache. Okay, I want to see a doctor. So when I say I want to see a doctor, it means that I'm just okay with any random doctor. Yeah. But if let's say you want to see, I want to see the doctor below my block. Okay, then that means I know exactly who I'm referring to, right? So that's the difference between a versus the. So when you use when you're just making a general statement. I need to see a doctor. It can be any doctors, right? But if I say I want to see the doctor below my block, name Dr. Lim, for example. Okay, so that is the difference between a and the. But of course, because the is not in one of the choices here, so the best answer would be, who is that guy? Okay, basically that is a determiner that tells you, that determines the person or the noun that you're referring to. Okay, so it actually determines the noun you're referring to. Okay, any questions with this? Everybody's okay? Yeah. Okay, so for this one, it should be, who is that guy? Yeah, I think overall you all did well. Nobody actually got it wrong. Yeah, but I'm just going through the technical part of it. Yeah, in terms of grammar. Okay, now let's have a look. Same thing, and the, all your articles, right? And the are examples of your articles. And articles are actually a type of determiner. Okay, so Liling has what uncle who is what police inspector?
D.
Okay, because this one is not really specific. So it's not specific. So it's general, right? So in this case, yes, Lily has an uncle who is a police inspector. We are not directly referring to someone. Okay, so the answer is D. Okay, next one. It takes half what hour for her
M.
to,
B.
yeah, I think this one is quite
Half an hour.
yeah, half an hour. This one is like, it's collocation. These words just belong together, right? Half an hour. Okay, it's a common collocation, so therefore it has to be half an hour. Yeah. Now, why is it N? Because this H is silent. So actually, if you read it out, it's something like hour. So it's a silent H. So the sound of it is actually the sound of O. So therefore, the article is N. Okay, usually we know N is actually for your vowels only, right?
Yes.
For your A, E,
O is a vowel.
O, U. Usually N is used for vowels only. It precedes a vowel, right? It precedes a vowel noun, a noun that starts with a vowel. But because, like I said, hour is special because the H is silent. It's a silent H. So the pronunciation is hour. Okay? Wenjing, you okay? Yeah? Right? Okay, let's move on to the next question, yeah? What Met Cloisters is a well-known museum in New York?
C. The.
Because this one, there's a
There's a.
specific name. Okay, this one is a proper noun. It's a place, it's a name of a place, it's a proper noun. So since it's a proper noun, you will know specifically what you're referring to. So therefore, you use the instead of a. Okay, so you know specifically who you're referring to, right? Okay, next one. He wonders what it was like
In the.
living
C.
in the. Yes, same thing. You're referring to a specific timeline. So therefore, it's the. Okay. Jiawen, you okay, Jiawen? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So mainly today's grammar is all on articles, if you notice. Yeah. So just take note of what to look out for articles, right? Okay. Now we're gonna move on to vocab. Johnny walked into school as what? As. So this is a simile.
As cool.
Yes, it is a simile, so it is a
cool as
collocation
a
as well.
cucumber.
It's always as cool as a cucumber. Right? No other answers to that because it's a collocation, it's a simile that belongs, the words belong to each other. So Johnny walked into school as cool as a cucumber after getting a new haircut. Yeah. Okay. Next question. All these are your phrasal verbs. Right? So phrasal verbs means you can have the same noun, but the word that comes after is different and they can have completely different meaning, right? So in terms of called up, if I were to call someone up, I can mean physically, I actually call someone or contact someone by phone. Yeah. But when I call up, if I were to call someone up into my office, for example, it also means to summon someone. Okay. Now, next one is call on. Let's see, yeah. Call on. Call on is like pay a visit to someone. Okay, call on. But call on can also mean to make use of someone. Or something as a source of help. Okay, so call on can mean to make use of someone or something as a source of help. Yeah. Okay, now call for. I want to call for help, right? When I see someone collapse at the MRT station, I need to call for help, right? So call for basically means to publicly ask for something to happen. Okay, I have one more student coming in. I think he is, let me see. Oh, where is he? Oh, okay. And lastly, call off, right? The tournament has been called off due to COVID, right? So call off basically means to cancel. Hi, Hardik. Is that Hardik? Hi,
Yeah.
Hardik.
Hi.
Hi. You've gotten the timing wrong, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
The link didn't come.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, so what we're going through now is actually the worksheet you have attempted on your student account. Okay, so we're actually at question 7 now, but don't worry, I think the lecture notes are still going to be posted for the questions you've missed. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just get along with what we are doing now, and then later on at the end of the lesson, maybe I'll have a quick chat with you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for what you've missed out. Okay. Okay, now, so after we have analyzed all these phrasal verbs, then of course we have to choose the most suitable one for the answer, right? So the teacher want Alice to answer the question. Okay, so definitely this one would be to, do you think it's to contact someone by phone to summon? Oh, sorry. Okay, definitely it's not called for, right? because called for is for something to